As ridiculous as it sounds, I'm going to try to quit my job and be a full-time day trader. The rest of this video, I'm going to go over this spreadsheet I've prepared. You can see at the bottom, there's 3 tabs. The plan, 100K, which is going to serve as a long-term progress tracker. And then the tab tracker is going to be detailed, where I record my actual in paper trades. You can see here on March 6th I had some actual trades, and today, March 7th, I did some paper trading. For the top, starting capital, current capital, total realized, actual realized, percent actual realized, paper realized, and then total plus paper. So from just 2 days of this strategy I've been working on, or trying to commit to, of 0.5% to 1% trades, I have done a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trades, and I'm at $69. All right, so let's go back to the plan and kind of, back to summarizing what this is all going to be about. So my plan is to create a day trading strategy of realizing 0.5% to 1% gains. And the way I can utilize this strategy to make at least as much money as I'm making now in my current job is by leveraging enough capital so that a 0.5% or a 1% gain is equivalent to enough money that I can make enough trades in the day to reach my goal. And so, the plan is, I'm calling the plan the half a percent plan. My starting capital is going to be 3,000. There is some details about or limitations I'm putting on myself regarding the starting capital. I'll talk about more maybe as it's happening or as I think about it. I wanted to write down my broad plan, or I just in general, what am I trying to do here? And that's, I want to practice day trading by completing actual trades. So what I mean by actual is, this is my real money. I am risking losing it. And paper trades. And if you're not familiar with paper trades, paper trading is a type of practice, or it's what people refer to when people are practicing day trading, by actively watching the charts, going through the motions of whatever technical analysis you want, and doing everything like you would do a real trade, but just writing it down on paper. You're not actually buying it and selling it. There's no risk involved. And this is to help train you to manage risk, to manage your emotions. And for me specifically, I'm going to use it to gauge myself. As you'll see here, my specific plan, I'm going to aim for a $100,000 a year. And that 100,000 doesn't have to be actual. It can be all paper, a mixture of actual and paper, total equivalent gains, which is probably what it's more realistically going to be. I'm going to go into this slow which ties into what I was saying about starting capital, and you'll see some differences down here. But yeah, if I can get to a total sum, actual and paper gains of 100,000 in less than a year, I will, one, have the capital to quit my job, or two, have the confidence at least to quit my job. And 100,000 is kind of arbitrary. I thought it was important to have a specific goal. That way I can track my progress. And so that's what this breakdown I've done here below. So if we want a total gain of 100,000, and there are a total of 250 trading days in the year, this means you need to make, on average, $400 per trading day. This next table I have here, I have my available capital, and I put 5,000 here. You'll see the little asterisk with my note. And the reason there's 5,000 here is because although I actually only have $3,000 to actually leverage, when I'm paper trading, I want to practice as much as I can, but also not give myself so much fake paper money to practice with that it means nothing to watch it go up and down. But I think this will give me a little bit more opportunity to take risks, see what happens, and maybe practice having multiple trades open at the same time. So that's what I mean by 5,000 here, available capital, and starting capital of 3,000. So if my available capital is 5,000 and I need to make $400 per day, that means I need to be making 8% gains on my available capital per day. So actually it'd probably be better if I put this in percent. 8% necessary to make $400 a day. Just to show you the math real quick, equals 5,000 times 8%, $400 a day. So I need to make 8% on my $5,000 paper. For 3,000, let's see what that would be. Equals 3,000. Oh no, 400 divided by 3,000. That's 13% a day. So just check that math again one more time. If I'm starting with 3,000 and I'm making 13% a day on my capital, 390. So it's a little bit more than 13%. I'll call it 14%. All right. And so with the 0.5% strategy, and theoretically using a $5,000 initial capital, a single trade, how much am I looking to make on a $5,000 investment and expecting a 0.5% gain? Well, 0.5% of $5,000, so 0.5% of $5,000 is $25. So on my first completed trade, I then expect to have 5,000 $25. One trade down out of, we'll see. Out of, I don't know how many trades it's going to take. But here's a key thing to note. For my next trade, I am now starting with a higher initial capital. I'm not going to reinvest just 5,000 again. I'm going to reinvest 5,025. The extra 25 included coming from the first trade that I made. So, but still, what remains the same is I'm expecting to make a 0.5% trade. But 0.5% of now the $5,025 gives me an additional 13 cents expected on this trade. And we're going to do the same thing. Add the $25.13 to the initial $5,025, and I am at my second trade completed, $5,050.13. Continuing this process, in anticipating to make $400 for the day, I've calculated how many trades it will take by taking my available capital plus my realized gains, reinvesting and repeating, and come down. You'll see after 16, or no, it will be the 17th because we started on 0. Here's my first trade. I will have, so this one won't happen because we'll be at 54 there. Okay, yes, so after 16 successful trades with an initial capital of $5,000, making 0.5% gains the entire way, it will take me 16 trades in one day to reach my goal. And something to note here, 16 trades, I don't know if to you that sounds like a lot of trades or a little, but the market has business hours, 7 to 4, like a regular work day, and 8 hours, 16 trades, 2 trades an hour, a trade every half hour. The amount of times a stock tends to swing 0.5%, is it endless. Almost every stock, even ETFs, which are portfolios of stocks, and a portfolio of stocks is a lot less volatile or subject to change because it is a weighted average of investment into all of these companies. So if one company is not doing well, or even if one company is doing really well, the amount the ETF is valued at won't change as significantly compared to if you were invested in less or just one stock and something were to happen to it. So, but yeah, like I was saying, even with ETFs, portfolios, 1,000 times over more so individual stocks, you will see 0.5% swings sometimes every second. So trying to get a 0.5% swing every half hour, if you know what you're looking for, is not unrealistic. Even 1% every half hour, if you find the right stock that's trending in a certain pattern perhaps, or it's just coming off some news or something. So what I'd like to show you next is, even though our goal is 0.5%, it's not unlikely that